also like to welcome IQAC Coordinator, Assistant Professor Tina Cordier ma'am. I would like to thank Degree College Principal Dr. Bhavika Karkera ma'am for her constant support and guidance. Due to her encouragement, we are motivated to organize such kind of FDPs and seminars. Coming back to today's session, I will just give introduction of our today's speaker, Dr. Paritosh Pawar. Sir is currently working as a librarian at VG Vazay College of Arts, Science and Commerce. Dr. Pawar is working in library science field since 21 years. He has published and presented many papers in national as well as international journals. He is an editor of Library Connect, which is a quarterly digital newsletter of Vazay College Library. Sir has also created and designed a virtual bookshelf called Panorama on different themes in library science. Sir has also shared his expertise in various conferences and seminars. We are very honored to have you today, Paritosh sir, for the session. Before beginning the session, I would just request all the participants to on their camera, so we will take a group photo. Participants, please switch on your cameras. Yes, well, sir, I will request you to kindly begin with the session.
Yeah. Thank you for the introduction. At the outset, let me thank Gnan Ganga Education Trust Degree College for inviting me as a resource person for this session. Thanks to the library committee as well as to the IQC for inviting me. I'll start with the screen sharing. Let me know whether the screen is shared or not. I hope my voice is loud and clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
very much.
thanks.
So, ma'am, you have to stop your share first.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I hope the screen is visible now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. So let us begin with today's session. I think so. This is the third session of the FDP.
Yes, sir.
You're already everybody is already in the right mood to accept all digital nuances that have been shared. So let us now go to the directly to the topic that I have been assigned. Find the digital outreach services. The term itself has a lot of you can say a lot of dimensions to it, because when we say outreach, it takes us to every nook and corner of the world from the library. And since we are in this digital world now, a small foundation we can say for today's session. Since we know that today's young generation, the Gen Z generation that we call of, okay, they are more into the digital devices than in the normal world. So they are more into the virtual world. This is one of the challenges that we as librarians face, because the traditional modes of library working or the services that we provide, we have been providing, the functioning that was taking place earlier was quite different than what we see today. All those formulae that we were using earlier to increase the users coming into the library or to increase the user satisfaction, okay, all those formulae have to be changed now, have to be modified, because all the users are now connected to multiple digital devices because of the internet facility, because of the smartphone devices that they have. Okay, so we need to move on in this same direction as the users are, because we need to, we can say, think on their lines. Otherwise, we will fall short of uh, tackling with the user needs and providing with the proper user facilities. Okay, so just to know a few things about the number of digital devices that have been used, the number of internet connections that are being used. These are a few statistical, you can say, information that shows how the number of devices is on a rise because of uh, the easy access, you can say, to the uh, to internet as well as to the smartphones. Even in case of countries like India, we have a huge population. Although we say that we are a developing country and there is a lot of poverty around, but even then, the number of digital devices that are connected to the internet is quite high. And if we consider the metropolitan cities, okay, the number is very high. So that is one factor that we need to understand. Now, this is some data that shows us how the digital India is going towards more and more digital era. And the kind of internet connectivity and the kind of internet penetration, you can say, in the population, okay, is quite high. And this is the reason why we need to change ourselves or to modify certain things so that we can connect to the new users, right? Now, the number of smartphone users in India estimated in 2023, that is 1 year back, almost 2 years back, you can say. Okay, and the number estimated to be in 2040. Okay, you can just compare the kind of rise that we are going to see, and we are already seeing. Earlier, we used to have individuals or people who used to have one device connected to the internet. Now it has become that there are many people, there are many, even in case of students also, there are many students who are connected through multiple devices. Students may have their own smartphones, they may have their own iPads, they may be having their own laptops. So you cannot say that they are only restricted to using smartphones. They have other digital devices also, which are continuously, or you can say 24/7, connected with the internet. And we need to use this platform now for modifying our services and providing services to them. Now, the kind of smartphone usage, okay, it even though we are calling it as addiction, right? But we need to look, as a librarian, we need to look at it at from a different point of view or from a different perspective. Uh, from the social point of view, fine, we are considering the smartphone as addiction. So in this infographic itself, we can see that the people are using their smartphones continuously, almost only when they are asleep they are not using. Otherwise, the rest of the time they are continuously connected to their smartphones. Fine. Even while walking, while in the public transport, while eating, while just before going to sleep, all the time the smartphones are being used. And surprisingly enough, okay, even while using the bathroom, a survey shows that 36% people are using their smartphones even while using the bathroom. So you can understand the kind of connectivity that the smartphones have with the users. Okay, so what we now need to look at is, from the positive point of view, is that we need to look at this penetration of the internet as well as the smartphones to facilitate providing resources to our users to stay connected with the users and provide as many services as possible to the users. Okay, so the generation that we see now, the Gen Z generation, okay, these young users are the most intense voracious smartphone users. uh, Looking at the age groups, if you see the age group up to say 35-40 is where the main you can say usage lies, and we are more focusing on the teens. Okay, students who are just coming in into the junior college as well as degree college, and then maybe continuing with us for their masters or for their post sorry, the doctoral studies or postdoctoral studies. So that would be like say from 16-17 years of age to maybe about 35-40-45, depends upon whether they are pursuing the master's degree or the doctoral studies. Okay, so this is going to be a very important platform for us as librarians, because this is one platform with the help of which we can we may try to you can say connect to our users. Okay, since that's this platform, the smartphones are very much popular among the users. This is one way of staying in touch with them, because if we try to use other means, we may not be very much successful in connecting with them. Okay, so by using these particular platforms, by using these kind of technologies, we have to now take a different perspective. Like if the users are not coming to the libraries, now is the time when we need to reach out to the users. Okay, and how do we reach out to the users? By using these different technologies with which uh, these users, the library users, are more comfortable with. Okay, now the topic digital outreach service. Now, how do we define it? Now, there are a lot of different aspects to. Hello.
Am I audible? Hello.
Yes. Is there any problem with the audio?
No,
No,
sir.
sir, it's very much clear.
No, sir, no.
Okay. Okay.
No, no.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought somebody had an issue. Yeah. Fine. So continuing with it. Yeah. So when we talk of digital outreach services, there are different aspects to it, and purposely the sentence, one single sentence on screen that you see, I purposely divided that sentence in different colors. Okay, so if we look at it, when we are talking about digital library service outreach services provided by the libraries, what we need to look at is the different strategies, initiatives, and activities that are undertaken by the libraries. This is one part. Okay, so whatever we are doing to reach out to our library users, okay, so all those things can be taken together, whether we are changing our strategy to use the to you can say work on the different library services, or whether we are starting new initiatives, or whether we are starting new activities, or whether we are modifying these things. So whatever things are being done to reach out to the users, okay, that will be considered in this phrase. Yeah, now what we are doing, we are using these strategies, initiatives, and activities to engage with the users, promote the resources, and enhance access to information and services. So see, this again, here we have three steps or 3 points. One is we want to engage with the users, that is we want to stay connected with the users, as we are looking at falling numbers of library users. We need to keep ourselves engaged with the users. So engaging with the users is one part. Then promoting the resources. Now, whatever resource we have, whether those resources are in the form of your print resources or your digital resources, whatever. Okay, so promoting those resources so that we can have optimum utilization of those resources, and then enhance the access to information and services. Now, whatever information services are being provided, whatever information resources are being provided, okay, we need to look at how we can enhance the access. So whatever access is being provided today, okay, we should not be looking at a satisfaction point that okay, fine, today I am able to provide access to so many services and so many information resources, fine, now I can lay back and rest. No, continuously we need to keep on enhancing these services, because since technology is continuously changing, more and more knowledge resources are being made available in the digital format. Same way, we are not forgetting the print formats also. So uh, to reach out to the users, to stay connected with the users, to promote all these services as well as the information resources, we need to. Somebody has unmuted.
Participants, kindly mute your audio.
Okay. Now when we are engaging with the users, when we are promoting the resources, okay, all of these things are taking place, will have to take place. Now the next part is through digital platforms and technologies, right? Now since we are more focused on using the digital platforms, okay, we need to look at different technologies that are available, different platforms that are available to us, so that we can use them as much as possible for reaching out to the users. Now, if you look at this entire sentence now, it will make more sense. Now, digital outreach services provided by libraries refer to the strategies, initiatives, and activities undertaken by the libraries to engage with users, promote the resources, and enhance access to information and services through digital platforms and technologies. Okay, so when we are encompassing all of these things together, that time we can say that, okay, fine, now we are able to provide outreach services to the users through digital platforms. Okay, now what are we doing? How are we doing these things? Now, when we are providing these services, you are actually using the different digital tools and online platforms, the online resources that are available, so that we can take the help of these digital tools, the digital technologies, and extend the reach of the library beyond its physical location. Because right now what we are facing is that because all the students, the users, they are having their smartphones with 24/7 internet connectivity, they are more you can say comfortable with using Google all the time than coming to the library. Okay, so our physical space, the physical location where the library exists, slowly and steadily is becoming, you can say, I won't say it as a place where only books will remain and no users will come, because we have to be hopeful, and there are still students as well as faculty members, researchers who come to the library and refer to the print resources. Okay, but since the number of such readers, such users is going down, now we need to extend our reach, okay, from the library's physical location to the devices of our users, so that we can stay connected, we can provide the resources, and we can make the users aware that other than your digital resources or other than your Google, there are a lot of resources that are still available in the library, and which may not be available in the digital form, in the digitized form. So that content needs to be accessed only from within the library. So this kind of awareness, raising the awareness, and to make the users aware that such kind of resources exist. Okay, so we need to use all these kind of digital tools, technologies, platforms to connect to the users and stay connected. Now again, this connect should not be a single time connect. It needs to be a continuous connect, so that the user keeps in touch with the library through digital means as well as through physical means, like visiting the actual library premises and going through the resources. Okay, now we have our academic libraries full of print resources as well as our digital resources. We may be subscribing to a lot of digital content, like in the form of maybe e-resources, like e-journals, e-books. We may be subscribing to digital databases. Okay, so this entire print and digital collection, we need to connect our libraries and the users. So what we need to do is we need to look at all the different activities that are being conducted in the library, whether new initiatives can be taken, whether new activities can be held. Okay, and we need to modify these things so that they are more popular among the new age, we can say, learners or the users. Okay, so aiming at this particular group of users, we can surely now connect with them, aim at connecting with them, connecting with the users, expand the access to knowledge resources. Fine. Now, when we are considering expanding access to knowledge resources, again here we need to look at the print as well as digital. Under digital also, we need to look at both the subscribed ones as well as the open access ones that are available. So depending upon the requirements of the users, we need to always keep a track of the available resources, as well as then keep uh, the users engaged with the academic resources that we have, knowledge resources that we have. Now for that, we need to use all the available digital technologies, the tools. Fine. And once we are trying to connect all these things together, then and then only will we be able to say that we have been successful in connecting the academic libraries, its collections, with the library users. So this particular connect is very much essential for maintaining the connect between the library users and the academic libraries. So we need to focus on multiple things like whatever resources we have, whatever kind of services or whatever kind of activities are being conducted for the users. Secondly, we also need to look at what kind of technologies, what kind of online platforms can be used. Fine. And there is you cannot say there is one single formula for all libraries. Okay, depending upon your user requirements, depending upon the user requirement, we need to modify certain things, we need to change certain things. Okay, so looking at our user requirements, we need to modify things. We may have to you can say create some tailor-made products, customized products. Okay, because every academic library or every user base will have something or the other which is different from the others. Okay, so we need to harness this particular thing so that the users feel more comfortable. The students feel the students should be should have a feeling that okay, this is what I want and this is what I'm getting, right? And if this equation is fulfilled, then we can say that our digital outreach or our outreach facility is actually working. Okay. Now, there are a lot of internet technologies that can be used for our advantage for reaching out to our users. First and foremost thing is the web, that is our internet, because now internet can is such a medium that it can integrate multiple resources, it can integrate multiple services through one single interface. Okay, so through the web browser itself, you can access a lot of things. You can create products that can be made available to the users. You can provide links to the users so that they can access certain knowledge resources. So depending upon your creativity, depending upon how you can make use of these platforms, you can create some customized services. You can customize services as per requirements, or you can also develop certain new applications and services so that you can provide uh, services to your users and stay connected with them. See, this staying connected is going to be repeated throughout this session, because until and unless we stay connected with the users, okay, we will not be able to reach out to them, and our library services or our library resources will not be accessed without the library users using it. Fine. So then delivering the existing services more efficiently. Now we can utilize the internet technologies for whatever services we are already providing. We can uh, add on something to it so that we can efficiently provide those services. Secondly, we can provide uh, different types of resources as per requirements. This is just like you have the traditional current awareness services or your selective dissemination of information. Okay, you can use these kind of technology platforms to provide such services so that we can provide these services to the devices of the users. Even though in this point I've stated as desktops of users, you can use any device, because the student users or the faculty users, they may be using their desktops, their smartphones, their laptops, any device that is connected to the internet, right? So we need to look at the different devices as well. Fine. Now through these technologies we can reach out to the local users as well as remote users. Now here we can focus on students or the users who are regularly coming into the college library, visiting the library, as well as we can also connect to users who are accessing resources from their devices, but they are not coming to the library. Okay, so such remote users are also equally important because they are helping us to increase the usage of the digital resources, okay, that we are providing. Fine. So it is not that we are supposed to focus only on users which are coming to the library premises, but also to those users who are using the digital resources that the college or the libraries have subscribed to. Okay. Then extending information content to full text, animation, and multimedia. Now, since we are talking about a web browser, the web browser now supports everything. Okay, it supports text, it supports images, it supports animations, it supports all kind of multimedia. So not just sticking to textual information, not just looking at a PDF file that can be shared, we can look at a lot of different kinds of media files which can be very much useful for the users. Okay, because ultimately all of these come under the knowledge resources. Whatever resource is going to help build up the knowledge content of a user is going to be a resource, right? So we need to focus on all these resources, not just restricting to textual information. Fine. So we need to use these technologies for such kind of features or providing the services. Now, what are the different services that can be provided when we are talking about digital outreach? Okay. Now here we are going a little beyond our normal traditional services. We can have virtual reference services. We can have webinars, workshop, um, just like the FDP that is taking place today. Okay, there can be hands-on trainings. That there can be a lot of kind of training sessions for the users. Okay, then access to providing access to digital collections and archives. You can have your own digital library, or you can have your own institutional repository through which you can provide access to contents. You can have online research guides. Okay, so there are a lot of things that you can do. It is not restricted to something traditional. You can have all digital counterparts of the traditional facilities that you were providing earlier, and you can add on to many more. Like you have sharing of a lot of resources which may be available in the open access, like different articles in journals, research papers. Okay, then coming to one more very important you can say platform, and that is social media. Okay, now through not just website, but through the social media also we can stay connected to the users. Okay, so since the social media is very popular among the student users, this is one platform that can be used for providing access, or you can say for popularizing the library collections as well as the resources. Okay, so whether you are using WhatsApp, whether you are using Telegram, whether you are using Insta, whatever. Okay, so you should be able to utilize it in as many creative forms as possible. Okay, so it all depends on how creative you are, and how you can say how creative you can be to stay connected with the users. Okay, then there are a lot of open access initiatives also. There are open access books, journals. There is a lot of open access content. There are also open educational resources that are available. So we can raise awareness about these things and provide access to these resources, or to keep on you can say uh, curating certain resources as per topics of interest and providing those lists to the users. Okay, so there are multiple ways in which you can use these digital platforms to provide services to the users, right? So continuing with this, what we can do, first and foremost, let me beforehand, let me make certain things clear. Uh, in my today's presentation, I am going to share most of the things that can be easily done. Okay, I'm not focusing on things that cannot be done, and that are impossible to be done. Okay, uh, just give me a minute. I'll just mute myself for just a minute, and I'll join back.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, just a minute. Yeah.
Yes.
Uh, Yeah, I'm back. Sorry for that interruption. There are some programs going on in the college, and they wanted some resources, so I had to give them permission. I had to sign a letter. Yeah. So coming back.
Oh,
Yeah. So coming back to the topic, as I was saying, I will be focusing more on things that can be done. Okay. And you can also consider that this is something like a case study where certain things have been done and will be shown. Okay, so there's nothing like something that is in the virtual world and can be done, can be done, can be done. And I'll be showing certain things that have been done. Okay, right. So here, in case of what we can do is first and foremost thing, we can talk of a library website. Most of the colleges have their own websites on which the library's information is provided. Uh, you may not be having a lot of access to, you can say, customize the library website, or do a lot of modifications, editing on that. But in case you are able to, always take that chance and try to use your uh, creativity as well as your professional knowledge as a librarian to you can say customize your library website. The reason I am stating this thing is because when the website work is outsourced by the organization, by the colleges, by the institutions, the website designers have got a very different perspective. Their perspective is like marketing and what you can say, their designing of that particular website is totally different. Okay, it may not suit the academic purpose, it may not suit the library resources. Okay, so we can give our inputs to them and get the things done, or if that is not possible, we can have our own library website designed and launched, and that can be connected to the college website. Okay, so from the college website, if you have a link to your library website, that is also possible. Okay, so this library website can provide a huge platform to provide all the information about the library and to provide you can say small bits and pieces of information about the library as well as the services, about the activities that are being performed in the library, everything. Okay, so that is why you can create a library's website in such a form that you can call it as the mirror of the library. So whatever is there in the library, you can have uh, a view of it. Okay, not the entire thing, but at least you can give them an idea that this is what is available in the library. Okay. Secondly, when the website is created, we need to check whether it is available in the desktop mode as well as the mobile mode, because both the modes are different and the look changes. And most of the uh, commercial websites that are created, they now come with this particular thing that if you're viewing a particular website on a mobile, on a smartphone, mm, it is compatible with the smartphones. And if you're looking viewing that particular website on a desktop or a laptop, it will be in that particular mode. Okay, so these things also need to be taken care of, utilizing those things to the maximum. Yeah. So continuing with it, second thing that we need to look at is our web opac. Okay, if our web opac is available 24/7, it helps us to you can say uh, make our users aware that this is the collection that is available in the library. Now students may be studying at any hour, like now the students who are studying uh, late at night, generally they are called as night owls. So even if they are studying at night and if they want to check out whether a particular book is there in the library or not, okay, our web opac facility should be available 24/7 so that they can access it then and there itself. It should not happen that, okay, since the opac facility is not available, they will come to the library, they'll check the opac over there, and then they'll issue the book. Okay, this generation of users does not have that much patience. If they are not able to get the information right now, they won't try to retrieve it or get it tomorrow. Okay, so we need to be always on our toes with respect to this also, so that the web opac facility is available 24/7 and the students can come to know whether the books are available or not, whether the books have been issued, whether what is the status of the book. Okay, so all these facilities are available. Hello. Yes. Any difficulty?
No, sir.
Okay.
Somebody just unmuted.
Fine. Then coming to the then coming to the e-resources access. Now, since we subscribe to different e-resources, it may be your Enlist or other resources or digital databases that you may be subscribing to, or the open access resources, the access should be available 24/7, because you cannot give a guarantee that any user will be using those resources only at a specific time. Okay, so again, this particular facility has to be available 24/7, so that we are making the resources available to our users 24/7. Okay, so it is not restricted to a particular time. It is not restricted to the physical location. Okay, earlier there were situations prior to the lockdown when the digital collections, the databases were provided access only on IP based. Okay, so the users had to come to the library, access those resources within the premises, and then move out. Okay, so those resources were not available 24/7 on other devices. But now, after the lockdown after the pandemic, there have been a lot of modification in that, and basis of user ID authentication, now these resources are available 24/7 also. Right. So this is about the subscribed resources. Similarly, even open access resources, if you are able to curate certain open access resources, on the basis of what are the requirements of your local users. Accordingly, you can curate certain resources and make them available to the users through. And now, if you are considering the library website as a platform, then you can use the library website as a platform to provide access to these open access resources as well. You can provide different links. Okay, so it all depends on how you want to provide the connectivity. Okay, then you can have your own digital library and institutional repository, wherein you can have a lot of digital collections, the purchased ones as well as whatever has been published by in the form of research publications by your institution. Okay, so even this particular collection, if it is available 24/7 through your user authentication through your library website, it will become a boon, because otherwise all those resources will remain unused if they are just lying in the digital library and nobody is accessing it, right? So if we can make available these things available through a user authentication on any digital device with internet connectivity, it becomes uh, a good connectivity between the resources as well as the user. Okay, then you can have library blogs. Now blogging is very popular. Now, if you are well versed with it, you can as well start your own blog, an official library blog, which can be connected to your library website or to your college website as well. And then you can post all the information that you feel that your users should know. Okay, so again, this also can become a good kind of a connectivity between the library as well as the users. Then you can have services like Ask the Librarian. You can have a dedicated WhatsApp number provided for that, or you can have a Google form posted on your library website or the college website, or even you can have a QR code dedicated for this thing, and you can display it in the library premises or in the different departments or wherever you feel that this is going to help. Okay, so accordingly, you can have this particular service also, which can reach out to the users. Okay, so here also again, we are not waiting for the user to come to the library and ask us for their queries. We can reach out to the users and let the queries pour in through the Google form or the WhatsApp messages. Okay, then even feedback. Now, whatever services are being provided through the different platforms, whether it is the digital platforms or whether it is your regular traditional service, we can as well get the feedback from Google Forms. Okay, again, the links can be floated on different WhatsApp groups of the students, of the teachers. Okay, and whenever they have a feedback, they can just fill that form and submit it. Okay, so again, here we are not waiting for the user to come to the library and give the feedback. He or she can use his or her own device, digital device. It can be a smartphone, it can be a laptop, it can be a desktop, any device, to give the feedback. Then YouTube. This is one more platform that we can use. We can create small videos uh, for say, for example, orientation videos about how to use the library, how to use the e-resources. Okay, what are the different activities that are being conducted in the library. Okay, so all of those things, you can have short videos, and you can have a dedicated YouTube channel for that, and you can then provide links to these particular thing. You can share the links on WhatsApp groups, so that the users come to know about these kind of facilities available through the YouTube channels as well. Then I gave an example of QR codes. QR codes can be used in multiple ways. Okay, there are a lot of ways in which you can use the QR codes. If you want to make these things popular, ask the librarian or the feedback, these YouTube or the library website, if you can display the QR codes in prominent places where the students are found the most. For example, outside the gymkhana, outside the canteen, even if you are able to post these particulars inside these places, well and good. Okay, so in prominent places, if you can display the QR codes, it becomes easier for the students to access these particular resources. Now, whether they are just your feedback forms, or whether it is a ask the librarian service, or whatever, even the library website link. Okay, so all such things you can use the QR codes, right? Even for providing access to different resources on the internet, you can just provide links to create QR codes for the links and then share them. Okay, then there is something called as a newsletter that can be created. Fine. Now, a newsletter is something where you need to plan a lot, and uh, this requires a lot of systematic implementation. But you can have a newsletter which will highlight the activities that are taking place in the library. So you can have a monthly newsletter, you can have a quarterly newsletter, you can have a half yearly newsletter. Okay, or if you want to have a an annual newsletter, you can have an annual newsletter. So what we can do over here is whatever activities have been taking place in the library. Okay, you can create reports for that, and you can have those reports included in the digital newsletter. Now, the benefit of this thing is that as you continue with your activities, you are also creating a proper documentation for that. You may also include the geotagged photographs in the reports, so that for NAC purposes also you have a record. And then you can publish these particular things in the PDF form. Not necessarily you need to take printouts and circulate them. Now, since we are talking about the digital era and we are talking about digital media, okay, sharing these digital newsletters across the students groups as well as the teachers faculties groups, the WhatsApp groups, is very easy. Okay, so we can use these platforms for sending out these newsletters to the users. What happens is we can have a twofold you can say benefit. One is automatically we are creating a good documentation about all the activities that are being done in the library. Secondly, when this particular newsletter reaches out to the users, they come to know that all these kind of activities are taking place in the library, and depending upon who is interested in what, they can take part in it. Okay, otherwise if we wait for the users to come to the library and then to uh, to know what is happening in the library, gone are those days that students will keep running to the library and try to find out what is happening in the library. Okay, so this is one more platform which can be used for us to send out information to the users. Okay, then there is something like a virtual bookshelf that can be created. Now, virtual bookshelves are bookshelves which will provide information about different books or different resources that are available in the digital form. Okay, you may have just the images of those books, or you may also provide links to the PDF. Okay, so there are different ways in which a bookshelf can be formed, and these can be customized depending upon the themes. Like we celebrate different days in the college, so according to those days, okay, or there are days which we commemorate. Okay, like there is national international health day, we have women's day. Okay, so accordingly we can curate certain collections, and then we can create a virtual bookshelf, and we can provide uh, links to these through the different WhatsApp groups to the students. We can also have both of these, the digital newsletter as well as the virtual bookshelves. We can have them on the website also, library website, so that the current issues as well as the earlier issues, all of them can remain on the website. Whenever whoever wants the issues, the earlier issues also, the archives also, they can get access to it. Okay, then social networking platforms is loud and clear, like WhatsApp groups, Telegram channels, Instagram, Facebook. All of these things can be used to reach out to the users, because these are popular uh, platforms among the young users. Okay, then if possible, we can also have an Android app that can be created for a library. Okay, now it all depends on how much connectivity you feel is possible through the app. because the app will be downloaded only by those students who are really interested in it. Okay, so we can take a chance, no doubt that this also will have to be made popular, so that we need to raise the awareness that such an app exists, and you can provide a lot of information about the library as well as about the resources to the users through this Android app. Okay, if we have, there's also a possibility that the colleges may have their own Android app. Now, if possible, if we can add the library component also to that, that can also be possible. That is also possible. So you need to explore how things can work at your place. Okay, then information literacy. Now, there are a lot of things that we do in the library. There are a lot of things that the student users, the teacher users may not be aware of. Okay, how to use the library, how to use, if we have open access, how to check the classification number of a book, and how to reach out to that particular place where that book will be located. Fine, such kind of orientation videos, or even for e-resource awareness videos, you can have these kind of demo videos created for your users, and you can have them posted on your website or through your YouTube channel or through your WhatsApp groups, whatever. So you have ample opportunities now to share these kind of things among the users. Okay, so here we are trying to reach out in every possible way to connect to the user. Okay, now we can provide a lot of reference services also. Now, depending upon what kind of information is required by a user, you may customize certain things, compile certain links to informative websites, maybe to articles, maybe to newspaper items. There may be audio video content, there may be podcasts. So there are a lot of things that are available on the net now, and we as librarians can, or you can say, are more qualified to curate these particular resources available and make them available to the users. Okay, like there is a difference between a lay person going to Google and trying to find these resources, and a librarian going to Google and finding out these services or these resources. Okay, there is a lot of difference. A librarian is will be able to check out what actually is factual, what actually is authentic, and what is going to help a particular age group of users. Okay, so when we are trying to promote the resources, we take a lot of things into consideration, right? So all of these things can be applied when we are trying to search for the right resources on the internet and provide reference services on the online platforms as well. Okay, right? Then reader advisory services. There are a lot of reader advisory services that can be provided, and uh, basically whatever service you provide, which is going to help a reader reach out to the exact resource, required resource. Okay, is what is going to be covered under this particular thing. So you are actually redirecting the user to the right resource. Okay, like we are following Dr. S.R. Ranganathan's rules over here. Okay, so all those rules are applicable here also. Okay, so it is not that those rules were applicable only in the traditional era and they are not applicable in the digital era. They are all applicable in the digital era as well. Okay, so right, so when we are talking about the digital outreach services, we are actually trying to connect the right resources with the right users. Okay, so we are only changing, or we are only modifying the different platforms that are available now and providing the services. Okay, then there are certain futuristic applications. Okay, I'm not going into the futuristic applications because these are still, you can say, virtual reality, augmented reality, robotics are still you can say not very much you can say affordable right now uh, in a country like India, but artificial intelligence tools are available. But how to use them and for what to use them, there is a lot of limitation. Okay, right? So I'm not right now considering this particular thing in this particular session. We are going to only focus on what actually is doable. Now, when I'm using the word doable, doable means whatever is achievable, realizable, workable, possible, manageable. In other words, uh, whatever things that can be done, we are going to focus on that. Okay. First thing is the library website. Now, when we are talking, I just gave you an overview of the in the previous two slides about the library. Now, a library website can serve as a marketing tool. We can promote all our activities, all our services, the library's mission, collections, everything we can do, and we can reach out to a wider audience, right? Now this visibility is crucial. Why it is crucial? Because see, when students are on the internet, uh, they are bound to go to the college website. They may go to the library website also. Okay, and once they visit the website, and once they find that yes, there is a lot of information available over here. Okay, there is a possibility that they will keep on coming back to the website to get information every time they require it. Okay, so here we can connect to new users, stay connected with them, and you can actually create a community, right? So there are the you will be surprised to know that there may be students who are continuously visiting the website to find out whether there is something new posted on it. Okay, so keeping the users connected, keeping the users engaged is one thing that the library website can definitely do. Okay, now there are a lot of things that can be done on the library website. Now, as mentioned earlier, we can bridge the gap between the physical resources that are present in the library premises through this particular platform, so that we can raise the awareness and reach out to the users, tell them, show them that these kind of resources are available in the library, physical resources in print, and you can come and visit the library, you can go through the library. Okay, so this is one way of connecting. We can enhance the overall user experience. Like if you are creating a website which is very much interactive, okay, and it provides all the information required, obviously the student users or the teacher users, the faculty users, they will want to stay connected with the website so that they keep on getting updated information on it. Okay, then this is a very important thing. The users should be able to access the websites on all kinds of digital devices. There shouldn't be any restriction. Okay, all devices that are connected to the internet should be able to they should be able to access the library website. Now there are certain websites which allow you to take what is called as a preview of how the website will look on a desktop, how it will look on a tablet, how it will look on a smartphone. Okay, so accordingly you can modify the design, modify the make modifications, make changes in it, and use it. Okay, right. Then what all things can be there on the library website? Now see, when we are talking about outreach services, when we are talking about reaching out to the users, we need to provide maximum information through the library website. So here um, we should actually be calling the library websites as library portals, because they are providing huge amount of information. Now it all depends on what you can lay hands on, because it depends on what kind of platform is being used, whether your website is being outsourced. Fine. So depending upon that, you can add a lot of things. Ideally, what all things should be there on a library website? Okay, you should have uh, these kind of pages or information. You can have a page for about the library. You can give information about what are the different sections in the library, where exactly the library is located, the area. Okay, so those kind of things. And library hours, whether it is open for only during working days or on holidays also, whether vacation timings are different, whether section wise timings are different. Okay, so these things can be mentioned over there. Then library services, all kinds of library services can also be mentioned over here, so that whoever is going to the library website comes to know that these different services are available. Okay, fine. So information about the library services, information about the library collection. Okay, the whether it is a print collection or your digital collection, information about that collection should also be available on the website. Then if you are able to highlight new arrivals on your website, that will be a great idea, because whatever new is getting added, if you have on your website, this will add weightage to your website. Okay, and people will come to know that these are new arrivals, and you keep posting new arrivals, and people will want to know what new arrivals are there in the library. Okay, then your regular rules and regulations also can be made available on the website. You can also have your web opac, the catalog search, available 24/7 through the websites. Again, this e-resource access, as I said earlier, you can provide access to your subscribed resources as well as to your open access resources, right? So there is a lot of things that can be done with respect to e-resources as well. Okay, then library news, activities, events, you can use different terms. Okay, depending upon you, depending upon your creativity, you can name these particular things. So whatever activities are have taken place, you can have small reports about those activities on your website. You can also announce forthcoming events, forthcoming activities. Okay, so that if you are able to popularize these particular activities, okay, you can have a continuous flow of users coming to the library. Okay, so reports of activities already conducted and announcing forthcoming activities, forthcoming events, okay, is one way of announcing that to your users that yes, the library is active and we are doing a lot of things for you, so please come, you're all welcome to participate in these activities. Okay, so this is one way of you can say attracting the users to the library. Then you can have a photo gallery page or a separate photo gallery on your website, where you can highlight all your activities, events that have taken place. Okay, so an added advantage of this thing is that you can also have the geotag photographs of library activities and events on the photo gallery page, so it also becomes a record. Okay, anybody whoever wants to cross check these things can cross check from the photo gallery also. Then ask a librarian service can be provided, contact us information can also be provided. Okay, so these are a few things that you can add on to your library website. Now even though I'm saying that you can add these few things, uh, it all depends on how you look at it and what are the requirements of your user community. Okay, so depending upon that, you need to customize and you need to make these things available on the website. Now, you may be thinking, do we get time to do this thing, or are we capable of doing these things? Okay, there are a lot of websites which are, we can say, able to do these things. I'm giving an example of my own college library website. This is a screenshot. Okay, and this is a website that I have developed on my own on the Weebly platform. Okay, and I've been running this particular website for almost 7-8 years now, and it's working fine. It's very smooth. And on the left hand side, whatever you see, these are all dedicated pages. So this page is first the home page, then about the library is the page, collection page is there, services, e-newspapers, e-resources, library connect is one page dedicated for our digital newsletter. Then for our virtual bookshelf panorama, we have a separate page. Then for Webopack also, I have created a separate page. The reason the separate page is there is that on that page, we have provided information about how to access the Webopack and provided the links. Okay, so likewise, you can have a lot of things on your own library website. It requires a lot of planning and dedication time to implement these things. But yes, it can be done. It is doable. Okay. Now the earlier screenshot that I showed was of the same website which was on the desktop mode. This is the desktop mode, same website, and this is how it appears on the smartphone. Okay, so both of these are screenshots of the smartphone, how it looks on the smartphone. Okay, and I'd given an example referred to as you can have your QR codes displayed in prominent places. So in our college, what we have done, we have pasted this particular thing in multiple places. Okay, the QR code. So directly the students can scan this particular QR code and directly visit the library website. Okay, so this is how you can have your own library website. Plus, you can promote the library website through your through displays of QR codes across the campus. Yeah, this was about the Webopack page that I said about. Now, connectivity to our catalog. It should be 24/7. That is why we have access provided to the to our OPAC, the web OPAC available. It is available 24/7, and we have also provided user guides so that the student users or the teacher users can understand how to use it. Okay, so this is how we can make the things easier for them to use. There may be people who are reluctant to go on a OPAC. How do I go over there, and how do I find things? Now, if they can locate this particular user guide, and if they go through the user guide, it becomes easier for them to follow it up. And in case there are any problems, they can as well come to the library and get the doubts cleared. Okay, so this is an example of the e-resource page. Again, I have provided information about the subscribed resources over here, plus link to the Enlist package that we are subscribing. Along with that, we also provide access to a lot of open access resources. Open access resources have been curated like contents like digital libraries. We have open access books, open access journals, open access data sets, open access thesis and dissertation. So a lot of content is also available through the to open access resources. Okay, right now the count of open access resources that is available to this one single page is more than 1 crore. Okay, so those many documents are available through the e-resources page. So this is like you are extending your collection. This is like you are providing access to collections on the students' devices, on the users' devices. Okay, so they know that if I want to connect to this particular thing, or I want to access these kind of resources, this is the place. Okay, so I can go to the library website, I can go to the e-resources page, and I can access these resources. So this is reversing back the outflow of the users, right? When the users were declining, the number of users were declining. This is how you can increase the digital, you can say, usage. Okay, so even though physical footfalls may go down, you can increase the digital footfalls. Okay, then this is about the digital newsletter. Okay, this is a newsletter that we have been coming out with our college library. This is the 8th year now. For the last 7 years, we have been publishing these quarterly newsletter. So after every 3 months, we publish this newsletter with reports of all activities that have taken place in the previous 3 months. Okay, along with the photographs and along with the reports. Right. So we also have a dedicated page on the library's website, right? And all the earlier issues, right from the first issue, right? All the volume number 1, issue number 2 to the current issue. All these issues are available from the library's website. Okay, so this becomes one more collection. A collection of all activities that you have been conducting for the last 8 years is available over here, right? So documentation is important, collation of the information is important, and accordingly then you can create these kind of, you can design these kind of newsletters and you can publish them. This also helps in documentation as well as for your you can say increasing your popularity. Then this is another way of providing reader advisory services depending upon a theme. Okay, now you can decide a particular theme, and on that particular theme you can create a bookshelf. Now in this example that I've shown over here, this was the recent bookshelf that we came out with on 14th of December, that is the previous Saturday. Okay, since 14th December was National Energy Conservation Day, we thought of having this collection of books related to energy conservation. Now, all of these books are under open access. So none of the books are under copyright that we cannot share it. And here we are not actually sharing the books, but we are actually providing link to the respective books. Okay, so we are not downloading them on our own drive or anything. These books will remain on the publisher's website and you can provide access through links. Okay, now these kind of thematic virtual bookshelves, we have been doing it for quite a time now. This particular one that was released was for the number 46. Every month we come out with some or the other theme and create such bookshelves and make it available to the students as well as the teacher users. We circulate this thing on the WhatsApp groups as well as through our Telegram channel, and all 46 bookshelves are available on the Panorama page. There is a virtual bookshelf page, web page on the website. Okay, so now this bookshelf page itself provides access to 920 books. Okay, so it is an extended library, you can say, of digital resources. So since these links will take you to the book and they are freely downloadable, one single page helps you to provide these many books. Okay, so this is an example of how you can create or customize certain digital ways or digital documents through which you can promote the use of digital resources as well as your own resources as well. Okay, then how to use QR code. Now this is a very simple way and we are all familiar with QR codes. This is how we have been displaying the QR codes throughout the campus so that students can access, or students come to know that these kind of things are available, have been provided by the library. Okay, so even those students who do not come near the library, okay, we try to reach out to them, right? So along the campus we can have such kind of displays so that we can reach out to as many users as possible. Then we have all the social networking platforms. It depends on how we can use it on our own. Now, one more thing that is very much essential is monitoring the usage, because when we are saying that we are having outreach activities or when we are reaching out to the users, we need to know how these resources are being used. Okay, so if you want to check the websites, you can use Google Analytics. Then for WhatsApp, you can check out how many members are there on the groups. In case of Telegram channels, you can also look at the number of views and downloads, so that these are the ways in which you can keep a track of how many users are using the particular resources. Okay, so since this is a digital feedback that we take, that we get, okay, and this cannot be manipulated. So this is the actual figure that we get, and accordingly we can take a call whether we should be continuing the service or whether we should be modifying the service to increase the outreach. Okay, so this is an example of the usage of our library's Telegram channel. We have 863 subscribers, and you can see the number of downloads. Now, whenever we upload the newsletter or the bookshelf, okay, we keep a track of how many people, how many students have downloaded it. Okay, so you continuously get a digital figure as to how many users are using it, right? So this is about the website usage. If you are connected to the Google Analytics, okay, you can get an idea of which are the pages which are accessed the most. See over here, you can get, this is for one particular period that I have taken a screenshot. So the home page was accessed by 602 views, then e-resources 221 views, library notices 178 views, e-newspapers 80 views, web opac 69 views. So likewise, you come to know how many users are using it and how many views are there, right? So you can keep a track of the usage and find out where actually you are going. You are going on the right track or not. Okay, now this is one important feature of Google Analytics. You also come to know from which area the site is being accessed, from which country, from which city. Okay, so you get exhaustive information about this thing also. So it is not just about reaching out, it is also tracking it so that we come to know whether we are reaching out to the users or not. Okay, now for a website development, these are the different sites which can be used. I have used the Weebly website for for creating the website. Okay, you can use Google Sites, you can use Wix, WordPress. There are a lot of opportunities available. Depending upon what you are comfortable with, you can as well try it. When I started off with the Weebly website, actually I had started as a trial basis. Now it is said that uh, uh, necessity is the mother of all inventions. Okay, so something on that ground itself, I started off with my library website, because when I checked the college website when I joined the college, that time we were allowed to have only one PDF page of information about the library on the website. Okay, since it was outsourced, the company which was doing that particular work of website hosting, okay, they asked for a huge amount. They somewhere they had asked about 1 lakh for hosting the things and making all the modifications. I said 1 lakh is too much, and even the management did not agree to it. So what we decided was, we'll give it a try. Let us try to have our own library website. I said, okay, I'll take the initiative. I'll start it. So we tried it, and it was successful. And within 4 or 5 months, we got the library website connected to the college website. Okay, so now from the college website, if you click on the library link, it takes you to the library website. Okay, right? So it is on an official basis now, and reported everywhere in all the documents that the library website exists. Right now, when we are talking about the uh, outreach, we need to remember certain things, that librarians or educators, teachers, we need to continuously remember that, realize that we ourselves need to keep learning new things. Okay, until and unless we keep ourselves updated with the new technologies, we will not be able to sustain in this competitive world. Okay, so then we need to conduct activities for the students as well as teachers, so that the library becomes popular, collections become popular, services become popular. And yes, documentation is very much essential, not just for our own purpose, for the NAC purpose as well, and for our own satisfaction also. Okay, so 10 years down the line, you can say that, okay, these were the activities that were conducted 5 years back, 6 years back, 7 years back. Now you can modify them later on as time changes, as requirements change. Okay, so this is going to be very much helpful. And we need to brand, we need to market our services. Okay, the reason why we gave a name to the virtual bookshelf, Panorama, is we required branding. Just having that, you can say, just sharing it as a bookshelf was not going to help. So we named it as Panorama. Similarly, our library newsletter also is called as Library Connect, so that it is a connection between the library as well as the users. So something like this has to be done. So we need to stay connected with the users in as many ways as possible. People are becoming creative now. Okay, so digital outreach requires what? It requires commitment, it requires continuity, and it requires consistency. Okay, because this is not something that you do for one day and you forget. Because if we want to have library users coming to the library continuously, there are things that need to be done with continuity and with consistency. Fine. So this is not a one-day affair that we are not going to be librarians for one day. We are going to be librarians for the entire tenure. So these three C's, commitment, continuity, and consistency, are very much important. Okay. And this is ultimately in the interest of the library and the library users. Now, if these two sustain, then only the librarian will be able to sustain. Okay. So keeping this in mind, I hope I have made many doable things clear, that what you can do, that can be done for staying connected, for reaching out with the library users with the help of digital platforms. Okay. Now it all depends on your creativity. This is just an example. This is just a start. You can use your own creativity to have your customized products. You can have customized services, customized platforms. Okay. So it depends on how you take it and how you carry it forward. Okay. So I would stop over here. In case anybody has any suggestions, any recommendations, any questions, you are free to ask. Okay, so yes.
Thank you so much, sir, for your detailed presentations.
Yes,
And yes, you told us simple things which we sure every librarian can apply in their respective libraries. So we can digitally reach to the students
Yes.
rather than just expecting them to come in the library and using the resources. Participants, now the session is open for question and answers. If anybody has any question.
Good evening, madam. I have a question.
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Paritosh sir,
Yes.
you have shown in one slide
Yeah.
that you have created a usage report of your website.
Yeah.
How to generate the report?
Actually, in case of the platform that I use on Weebly.com, they have that feature. We can integrate the Google Analytics into that. Okay. So once
I'm
it's
using
integrated, yeah.
I'm using Wix and it is a paid version.
Okay.
Managing my own lab.
Okay.
So I'll check.
The paid version, I think you may be getting usage statistics from Wix itself.
I'll check.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah, because it's a paid version, I think so they should be providing you with the statistics. Otherwise, you can ask them to customize some things and get that Google Analytics connected to it. Because if that is done, you can get those details.
I'll find it in the statistics only, no?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, recently,
Any questions?
Google Analytics also changed their this thing system somewhere, I think so, around July. Okay, their earlier interface was different. Now the interface is different because technology changes. Their data capturing capacity also changed, and their technique of capturing the data also changed. So even Google Analytics is upgrading. Okay, so one such upgrade took place in I think so about 3 to 4 months back. Yeah.
Yes, participants. Any other question?
No.
Okay, we'll move forward. Thank you so much, sir, once again. I would like to request Library Committee member, Assistant Professor Shubha Shah ma'am, to give the vote of thanks for today's session.
Hello, everybody. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Myself, Assistant Professor Shubha Shah, Library Committee member, takes great privilege to propose a vote of thanks for today's FDP session on digital outreach services for libraries taken by senior librarian with more than 21 years of rich experience Dr. Paritosh Pawar, sir. Today's session was resourceful. Today's session was resourceful and insightful for all librarians. Dr. Paritosh sir shared his knowledge on how digital outreach can help libraries engage with users as well as the non-users. He also stressed on the fact how library website can be connected to college websites and gave his inputs on library blogging, virtual bookshelves, and many other digital library tools. Thank you so much, sir. I would also like to extend vote of thanks to our respected principal, Dr. Bhavika Karkera ma'am, for motivating us to organize such resourceful FDPs for fostering excellence and enhanced effectiveness in our professional endeavors. Thank you so much. I would request all of you to kindly fill the feedback form which will be shared shortly, which is already shared by Ruta ma'am. Thank you so much, Ruta ma'am, for organizing such wonderful FDPs for the benefit of the librarian community. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you from my side also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. And thank you all the participants. I'll see you tomorrow for the 4th day session at 4 p.m.
Thank you, ma'am.